Hello everyone, this is Cipher Dec, and we are back in Everquest on Fevr. This is the wizard I keep talking about. I made him a few weeks ago and have slowly been leveling him up. Got some gear for him, and actually did several different quests for him so that he would be where he's at the moment. As you can see, as in Cord's video, I've now started covering up my group and slash guild chat. This way I don't upset the balance of anyone that I'm grouped with. So I've been playing Fevr, like I said, a few weeks now. He has the Staff of the Wheel, or of a Wheel. I forget how the actual name of the staff is called, which gives 10 intelligence, 10 mana, 10 damage, and 100 delay, and some other stats that help him out. And is good until probably his 50s or 60s, to 50s or through 60, depending on if I can get other items, like the crystal staff that drops off Finny, or any other specific items. I've also completed the quest to get his Staff of Temperature Flux, which was helped by a guildie of mine. And as you'll probably see as I'm going through my inventory and so on, there are certain things that I am missing, like boots and ranged item and so on, and I am working on trying to get those replaced. Well, not so much replaced, I never bought them yet, but I am planning to buy them. Some of those things are the Duskcryer's Crystal, I think is what it's called. That's a ranged item with 3 intelligence and 30 mana. Also get some Jebs for him, the gold Neferati boots, get him some rings, which are mana hit points, and so on. There's a lot of things that I need to get for him. I just don't have the money, and so I'm working on that. So this night was probably the most productive night for me while playing Fevr, because I got on and I was able to get level 23 pretty quick. Played here for a while, and it finally ended up slowing down. And I ended up moving a couple times. So, one thing you'll see is that I don't usually start to attack until the mob is closer to, say, I don't know, 40% health, because I grab so much aggro with my spells. Now I could use my lower spells, which I do sometimes, but still I'm grabbing aggro. And it may be because I clicked the staff maybe once too many times, because I'm trying to get that hit on that resist, or I don't know. But every time I hit, I do less aggro than, say, if I resist. So there was one time where I was fighting a blue, and I hit him for 175 damage, and it was fine. A little bit later, we were fighting the same kind of blue, same mob, same name, same everything, and I resisted that same 175 damage and got aggro on him while he was at 40%. And so I don't understand what's going on with aggro. I don't know if it's just taunt isn't working the way it's supposed to, or people aren't using it the way it's supposed to. But it's very hard for me to find a warrior who can hold warrior, paladin, SK, whatever you want to call it. It's hard for me to find someone who can hold taunt on me. And the only time I found that I could get taunt held on me, or held off of me, is we had this rogue that was in this group, who was doing so much DPS that the mob didn't even flinch or think about me. And also in the next group I was in, our SK, who is named Malin, was also able to hold aggro off me. Now, sometimes I got aggro, but most of the time with a poison dot that they cast, they were able to pull it back off, and I really didn't get hurt. I did pretty well throughout the group, and it was a good experience the whole time. I don't know if we actually see me ding on this. This will get me to level 23 here, and then from here I will go from 23 to 24 pretty fast. It was by the end of the night when I logged, I had gotten 2 levels plus 33% into 25. So I'm ready for tomorrow, and this weekend I'll get level 29, and I will now then start being able to port. And I did not know that you got the Combine port so early, which I think is at level 34, which is to Dreadlands, which is one of the actual locations that people want to be ported to, so you can make money off of that. Though I'm not going to advertise that I'm asking for tips or anything. It's not why I'm going to be porting. I'm going to be just helping people get around. And if you tip me, then that's fantastic. I'm bound in the over there, so that's going to help a lot as well, because I'll always stop by there at the end of the night before I'm about to log and see if I can get those kind of things. But anyway, pretty much I've been grouping with a good group of people. Dark Winter seems to be who I group with a lot, as well as Black Hearts, just because they're usually in the zones that I'm going to when I'm going to them. Some things that I'm working on, I have two what are they called? Runes of Scale. 2 runes of scale I have right now. One is from the crocodiles in Oasis, and the other one is from Lower Guk, or from Guk, saltwater crocodiles. My words are so jumbled today. I'm still getting over bronchitis, which kind of sucks. But I only need one more rune of scale, and that is from the crocodile in Lava Storm, which is in the 30s. So I'm going to need help with that. Then I need to either buy or loot a lizard scale cloak, which drops from drops within the zone Kazakh Thrall, not Kazakh Thrall himself. Thing is, though, is a lot of people don't like to go to Kazakh Thrall, and you really have to have a solid group who is there for the long haul, because it's gonna though the front mobs are really easy, you have to break into the camp that you want to have. Like if you want the throne room, you have to break into that camp. If you want to go into any other portion, then you got to make sure you break into that portion as well. So there's that. But I'm probably going to end up buying the lizard scale cloak so that I can turn it in to get the cloak that I want, which is 3 runes of scale plus that cloak at the Temple of Sosek. And that will give me an intelligence mana cloak, I believe. So that's one thing I'm working on. But otherwise, the gear that I'm looking at right now is just to get me mana. I have 203 or so plus intelligence. And though it'd be nice to be like Everquest Live, have that 255 intelligence, have that high dex and whatnot, and then also have all that mana gear. Oh, I did ding right there, by the way. It's gonna be better for me to work on getting mana than anything else. By the way, I wish I could show you, or I wish I would have shown you some of the chat, because Olivia is hilarious. If you ever group with Olivia, very sarcastic but very funny at the same time. So definitely watch for that. But the next group that I went to from here was Guk, and that was because I was grouping with friends, and I wanted to make sure that I was having fun. So as we're getting in here, you'll see that we're in the scryer room, and that person who just passed by trained us a few times, but that's not why our two group mates are outside or not in the zone. It's because they're actually getting so on our polar. So as you know, with chords and other information, I'm pretty decent at this zone as far as knowing where everything is. So I ended up helping Malin around. By the way, this is kind of funny, because you have this guy. Watch how he just runs out and kind of swoops around and doesn't even pay attention to the fact that I don't know if he was trying to pull a train on us to try to get us out of this area or what was going on with that. But ends up, we ended up killing the mobs. And oh, no, we didn't kill the mobs. What they were doing was they were trying to pull to the ramp, and that's where their camp was going to be. So we watched them for a while. He ended up mezzing that one up there. It was just all kinds of weird. And finally, whenever we decided we were going to move to take on the warden camp, they were just sitting there on the ramp, and they were low in health and all of that. So I don't know what they were doing, but it was kind of funny to watch. We ended up clearing out the rest of this camp and going down, passed by the mobs that that second group were trying to camp. They asked us if we're done with the scryer camp, and I'm like, yeah, but to be honest, I didn't think that they could probably take it anyway. So we ended up going down, getting a few spawns of the actual warden spawn, but they were both Shin. I forget how many times we were able to do that rotation, but the Shin did not drop, or the warden did not spawn, rather. We had all Shins spawn. So anyway, it was so much fun. The last few times that I've played, I've done nothing but have fun, and I think that's the point, is it not? To just get in the game and do something that you're having fun with, group with people that you're having fun with, and every day for the last few days, I've grouped with both Malin and Piggly, and it ended up doing great. And by the way, you'll see here that I'm almost level 24, so that was a big jump between going from Mistmoore to Lower Guk. I was in that 22 to 24 range, so this zone was perfect for me to come to from Mistmoore, because Mistmoore was kind of higher, and we just didn't have all the classes that we needed for the group that I was in. But good news, I'm level 24 now, so I can go to all the zones that I want to go to, no matter where I want to try to camp that time. Mistmoore is only a click away now, and so is Lower Guk, because I now have my row ports. So, or at least not so much ports, but I have my row gates. So Anyway, I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I spent so much time on Fevr last night, and I think that this weekend, like I said, level 29 is coming soon, then 34, then 39, and then by that time, I will start to go into content that we, as us as a group, have not been in, and I want to get to the point where I'm actually talking while I'm recording, but the problem comes with the fact that my group chat and my guild chat are nonstop. So I have to pay attention to what people are saying, because sometimes that will decide the life or death of me as a group mate. If I'm not paying attention, there's 4 mobs coming, and I'm one of the crowd control because we don't have an enchanter, then that's not really going to do us any well by me just sitting there and talking to you the whole time. So while I want to do that, in most certain circumstances, this is probably the way that I'm going to have to continue doing the recording, is just recording what I'm doing throughout my time while playing, and then doing commentary over it. If this is something that you would like to see me change, or whenever I start to do solo quad kiting, then we can work on that. But for right now, as it is, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I helped you with any questions you may have as far as a wizard goes. What kind of questions do you have? If you have questions about the items that I have, like the staff or the other clicky stuff, then let me know. But really, with a wizard, all you're doing is making sure that you're doing as much damage as you can without killing yourself. Because that's really all a wizard is a paper tank that's going to either live through each fight or die through each fight. So, anyway, guys, talk to you later. This is Cipher Dec. Have a great day. Peace out.